Now in this video, we are going to dig into keyword research. So at this point, you should have a handful of product ideas to go after. And now we actually need to go do some niche research to figure out which ones are viable ideas. For niche research, or for keyword research, I always use a tool called Market Samurai. In my opinion, I've used a ton of them out there. This is always the best one because of all the different features they have. They do offer a free trial. So even if you don't want to go ahead and buy it, because I believe, let me click on the full version here. It looks like it is $150. So, it does cost some money. In my mind, it's just a necessary tool to have for any online marketer. But that being said, I know if you don't want to pay the $150, they do have a free trial version. So you can go ahead and download the free trial version. It won't cost you a penny. And then you can at least do your keyword research and have that done. And then if you want to, buy the full version, that's up to you. So I'm just going to open up Market Samurai here. And I'm going to create a new project. And I'm going to do sleeping bag. And then I will simply create that project. And from here, if I slide this over, you can see you have a bunch of different options. We're going to go ahead and do keyword research. And from here, we are simply going to go ahead for phrase length. I like to have, just a one keyword phrase usually isn't going to be a viable option. So I'll at least put it to 2. You could probably even do 3, but we'll leave it at that. I'm going to leave the max at 10. So no keyword longer than 10 words. It's not really going to find those anyways. And I'm going to go ahead and generate keywords. And this will take a couple moments here, so I'll just pause the video while that works through. All right, so Market Samurai has brought back 780 different keywords. One thing I will point out here is the keyword source is the Google keyword tool. So you don't need to go ahead and use that because this will actually incorporate it right in. To get a lot of the features, you will need an AdWords account. So whatever your, just if you don't have a Google AdWords account, you just get a Gmail address and then go ahead and sign up for AdWords. You don't actually have to spend any money. AdWords just needs to be active on that email address. So you will want to go ahead and do that because that'll bring back more data. So you can see I have a whole bunch of terms here. So now what we're going to do is go to keyword analysis. And this is going to give us, of course, our traffic. This is phrase to broad, not something I'm really interested at the moment. Let me slide this over. So what I want is I want total searches. You can leave SEO traffic. That'll estimate how much traffic you would get if you were ranked number 1. I don't really want phrase to broad. Trends can be nice because you can see if trends on this peaks during different times of the year. I personally is not real interested. We're not going to be buying any AdWords, so I'm going to leave all of those blank. But we do want the title competition because this will show which people are actually using that keyword in their title tag, which gives you a little better representation of how much competition it will be. And you can do the title to competition. It's just a ratio of those two. So again, if you get a low score there, it'll give you a good idea that there's weak competition. Excuse me. I don't really need any commercial intent, anything like that. So those are what I do. I do total searches, SEO traffic. Then we want SEO competition, title competition, and the title divided by competition. One other thing, I like to do monthly, so I have a good idea of how much traffic that keyword will get per month. And then we also don't want broad because broad will bring you back inflated results. So you want to do phrase or exact. I'll usually do exact because that's going to give you the lowest possible number. So I don't want to overestimate on how much traffic I could be getting. So I put that at exact. Phrase is also a good idea because when we do our link building, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but we're going to be varying the terms we use. So phrase is a good indication too, but I'm going to leave it at exact, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit analyze keywords, and I'll pause that again because it's going to take a little time. Okay, so it's done bringing that information back. So now we can see we have the SEO competition, and that's just the total number of web pages globally that mention that keyword term. And that's, they mention that keyword term anywhere on their page. So that's, it's a good number to have because it can show you stuff that no one's even talking about, like the 1.5 TOG baby sleeping bag. Barely anybody is talking about that, and it doesn't get much traffic, so that's probably why. So what we want to do from here is let's sort this by searches. So if I just click on searches, and you're going to see, because it brought back so many terms, we're going to have a lot of unrelated terms in here, like camping equipment, camping gear. But now we just want to start looking at possible keywords that could make for a good market to go after. So baby sleeping bags, that's kind of niched down. I never really thought of that myself. And then we can go ahead and check the title tag competition. And this is going to be a better indication of how much competition this is. So this is how many web pages out there are using the term baby sleeping bags in their title tag. Now, with SEO, putting the keyword in your title tag is a very important factor. So that shows how many web pages out there are really going after that term. So for this, it's 163,000, which is a fairly large amount. And then we have baby sleeping, then we have kids sleeping bags. Let's check that one. And for kids sleeping bags, you can tell right there, that's a good indication. For kids sleeping bags, there's 11 million different websites with that in their title tag, compared to baby sleeping bags, which only has 163,000. So, this one has 100 times the amount of competition, if my math is correct. I think it is, yeah. So there's 100 times more competition for kids sleeping bags, but look at the traffic. They're the same. They're both 8,100 searches per month, and that's on exact. So that, baby sleeping bags right now looks like a great term to possibly go after. We have baby sleeping bag, so that has no plural on it. So let me check that one. And that one's got a little more competition and less traffic. So again, baby sleeping bags is still looking like a pretty good one. Let's keep looking. We have a double sleeping bag. Very low amount of competition, and only 40,000 websites are using that. So another very good one. Let's keep looking here. Sleeping bag reviews. Let's check that one out. Only 23,000 websites are using that in their title tag. Now that's the exact kind of term I'm looking for, because if I'm going to go out and make a website reviewing sleeping bags, the main term I'm probably going to go after is sleeping bag reviews. Now, if someone is going online and typing in sleeping bag reviews, they're far into the buying process. They're not just looking for information. They're not just browsing. They're looking for reviews. They want to know which one they should buy. So that right there is a perfect term to go after. We have down sleeping bags, kids sleeping bag. Let's check that one out. 44,000. Toddler sleeping bag, only 10,000. Best sleeping bag. So people wondering, what's the best sleeping bag? Let me check that one. And that's only got 10,000, which is very low. We have cheap sleeping bags. We can check that one. Only 7,000. So I can tell already just by looking at these that there's a lot of low competition terms that are still getting fairly good traffic. 1,000 searches a month on exact search is pretty good. It's not going to be a killer market that's going to make you a ton of money, but it's the perfect place to get started because it has such low competition. So let's browse a little farther. What else do we got here? Best sleeping bags. Again, that's another good one. Only 29,000 going after that.